I am currently editing the footage from my Pittsburgh trip, and as a disclaimer, I look fucking crazy in it. In my defense, it was like 100 degrees in Pittsburgh at the time, and I was wearing a sweater, so I think maybe the heat got to my brain. As I have tried to say before, Flashdance, I think, is one of the most underappreciated films of the 20th century. I believe that it perfectly mirrors the American experience. It is an allegory for the transition of America from a industrial to a service economy. We are Alex, America is Alex, and we are all living in our days of Flashdance. What a feeling, indeed. It is 6 o'clock in the morning. Have finally left the Amtrak station. It was a harrowing ride. If I had to use one word to describe my Amtrak experience, I would use the word dystopian. At times it felt like it was not necessarily a leisurely train ride. It felt more like I was being forcefully evacuated from the city of Chicago due to a nuclear threat. I was expecting, like, you know, I Love Lucy shit, but no. I'm taking a break before I go into the hotel to discuss Pittsburgh really quickly. I apologize for my cigarette smoke. I hope it doesn't bother anyone. Hate me not for my vice, but love me for my decision to hide it from people. Here is the following that I've learned on my 10-hour train ride through Amtrak. 1, Pittsburgh is the home of Mr. Rogers. Crazy. 2, Pittsburgh is the home of Flashdance, which is the reason why I'm here. 3rd, Pittsburgh is also the home of Andy Warhol, so they have an Andy Warhol museum here. I'm in front of the U.S. Steel building. Crazy. I was not expecting the downtown area of Pittsburgh to be as bustling as it is. I was surprised to see buildings here. I think because I never have been to Pittsburgh before. It's like one of those lost cities of the United States that people know exist, but you've never actually been here before. It's kind of like how I felt when I went to Peoria. I went and I was like, why are there buildings here? It's Peoria, but they have buildings there. People here look slightly Amish, if that could be a descriptor. Like Amish, but they're not wearing any of the shit that they, you know, Amish people wear. Like, take away the buggies and shit, and you have basically a Pittsburgher, right? I will continue to report live here from Pittsburgh, Steeler City.
First, when there's nothing but a slow glowing.
Wait, can I start over again? Alright, so we are starting our epic Flashdance tour of Pittsburgh. Now, this home over here is the home of the old lady from Flashdance who endows Miss Alex with the shoes, the music, and the charisma, uniqueness, nerve, and talent to go on and become a company member at Pittsburgh Ballet. So, 2100 Sibley? 2100 Sydney Street in Pittsburgh, the home of the old lady from Flashdance. We continue on. Continuing Flashdance tour Pittsburgh, the restaurant behind me is the infamous restaurant where Alex got herself a man, not by giving blowies, not by compromising her Christianity, but by giving a foot job underneath the table. So girls, at this place we learned, if you want to catch yourself a man, you gotta use your appendages. Thank you. Alright, so we are in front of Carnegie Library, the scene of the epic final dance number of both Flashdance and Jennifer Lopez fame. It is hot as fuck in Pittsburgh right now, so I am sweating like a fucking whore in church with this fucking Flashdance sweater on. So people like to shit on the movie Flashdance without realizing how epic of a fucking movie it was. And really, Flashdance is almost an allegory for the American experience, you know? You gotta fuck a white man to get ahead, you know what I'm saying? And that's what Jennifer Beals teaches us in this movie. And so the final scene when Jennifer Beals is able to prove to the world that she is not just a stripper, not just another hoe working that pole, that she can actually be a classically trained dancer, and then runs out to the arms of her curly-haired white man. We, as a nation, were able to unite ourselves in her story. Stalin say like and subscribe.